Welcome back to the Clemson Insider, our series Clemson's Finest. And if you recognize this lady to my right is Clemson head coach Dabo Swinney's wife, Kathleen Swinney. Welcome, Kathleen. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's great.
Wasn't
great for you to
quite
be
sure
here.
what I was getting into.
Well, you know me. I'm going to trick you somehow.
I didn't know it was a TV thing, so that meant I had to put on makeup.
Oh, well, fine. You don't need to anyway. But I need to put on makeup. But I want to get started because a lot of this, why I brought you here, was to talk about your foundation and the things you do. Now, a lot of people out there saw Coach Swinney's big contract, and that's all exciting and everything. But a lot of people, I don't think, understand really all the things you and him do through the foundation. And it's more than just being the football coach, but what you give back to the community and all. So I want to start off, first of all, with how did you come up with the All In Foundation? When did that begin, and what's the little backstory behind it?
Well, when Dabo became the head coach at the end of 08, the beginning of 09, we just, sat down and we realized that he may not, that God has given him and us this platform, and we just felt like, we really wanted to give back to the community. Clemson's been so amazing to us, the community, the schools, the university, just everything. I mean, this is where we've raised our children, and we just knew that, to whom much is given, much is expected. And so we really wanted to do what we could while we could to help Clemson, and then it kind of grew into, the upstate, and then, throughout the whole state of South Carolina now. So we really just, sat down and said, we want to do things to make a difference. And he and I just kind of, started brainstorming, and it's come a long way, but we knew that it was something we wanted to do to try to help give back.
How amazed are you at how it's grown? First of all, let me ask you this before we get into that part. How much this year, y'all just got done with the All In Foundation, the All In Ball just a few weeks back.
Yeah.
How well did it do? And then how amazed are you about how much it's grown since the very first one?
Our very first year, we raised around $90,000, which is amazing. That's so
Absolutely.
amazing. But fast forward, this was our 10th All In Ball, and we raised well over $1 million that night. So we were just beyond excited and humbled, and just so grateful for all of our supporters and just all of our volunteers, everyone that helps put that on, because it's definitely a huge group effort, but it's just so exciting.
I know when you do these things, you have things that you want to do. So there's subjects that are very true and dear to you, both. Dabo, you lost your sister to breast cancer. I know Dabo's strong on some other things.
Right.
Tell me, what do you guys put that money towards, and all the things you've helped?
Okay, well, there's been, like we were talking about, early on we knew we wanted to give back to Clemson, but then as our foundation has grown, we're like, well, we want to, it's grown where we've been able to help people in the whole upstate and throughout the whole state of South Carolina. We recently just, our foundation was able to give books to all reading recovery students. Those are first graders going into second grade across the whole state of South Carolina, those that needed them. They each went home with a backpack filled with 10 books. And this is, I think, our 4th year to do that now, to be able to do that, which sounds, simple, but it has been amazing. These children, they struggle with reading, and that's just, Dabo and I are big believers in education, and I used to be a school teacher a long time ago, but anyway, so these children, they came to the indoor, and we had some of the players read to them, and then we gave away with Scholastic and the College of Education, Clemson's Department of Education. Our foundation bought the books. So each of these little children, 7- and 8-year-old, went home with 10 books for the summer, and that's a really big deal.
Absolutely.
And based on what the professors say and the reading recovery teachers, they're able to, they don't really experience that summer slide. Like these kids, they go home and they have these books to read, and mom reads to them, or they read to little brother, and they come back in second grade a little more prepared. So that's just something simple but fun. Not simple. It was funds that we helped raise at the All In Ball that we were able to buy these books. It's just one of the many things we're able to do. Like our ladies clinic, our goal was to help St. Francis buy a new mobile mammography bus. So it should be rolling out, hopefully, if not this summer, by next All In Ball, and it is beautiful. We've seen the pictures, and it is going to serve 7 counties: Greenville, Anderson, Pickens, Oconee, on into Spartanburg and just go around and give women free mammograms.
Most of the upstate, it sounds like.
Yes, and so it's so exciting. The bus that's been coming to Our Lady's Clinic is just old and it needs to be updated, and so that was kind of something they asked our foundation last year, hey, would you help us, commit to buying a new bus to help? And those are very expensive. So it's got the latest equipment on it, 3D mammography, and it's going to be really neat. So we can't wait to see that come out. And it's just going to be able to help a lot of women, because that's the last thing a woman is going to do is spend money if you're not insured to go get a mammogram.
Now, I know I've written several stories on what you guys have done with the foundation, and one of my favorites is Mimi's house and what and what y'all were able to do there. What are some success stories that maybe that I haven't written about or anything that you guys have done that that you're really proud of, that you're so glad to see that it's made a difference in people's lives?
There are so many things, because we have started a grant program, and every November we give out over 120 grants, 150 grants to different people, and it's grown. It started out, once again, 10 years ago, our grant program. We met at Pixie and Bill's, and there were like 10 people we gave grants to. We're like, you get money, and it's just grown and grown. And we do, we limit it to South Carolina because we want to, help the state first. And that has been, just for an example, like Feed a Hungry Child of Pickens County. This is just an organization in Pickens that fills backpacks up and gives kids food in the summer, or sends them home with food for the weekend, which is just, that will just tug at your heartstrings. All the kid, that's just something that sounds so simple, but here it's just a sweet, amazing program that somebody started. And, and I know they get grants from lots of people, but they wrote to us, and, we've been able to partner with them now for, probably like 7 years at least. That's just one. There's so many. The sheriff in Seneca in Oconee County, he does after-school programs for children. There's so many that it's just, we've now gone with, there's a dog named Q in Greenville that helps seek out, children who, people who are abusing children.
Oh,
he
wow.
can go, so we're trying to help fund one of those dogs. There's so many, but it is so exciting to Dabo and I and everyone on our board, because these people are so excited. It might be one group may get 1,000, somebody else may get 5,000, 10,000. It just depends on their needs. But it's been really exciting.
And there's a whole group of y'all that are on the boards, right? That do this.
Correct. We have a board. I think there's Dabo and I and 6 other board members, and so we meet a couple times a year, and we're in constant communication. But we take everything we do really seriously. Mm-hmm. It's fun. People will come to the All-In Ball or the Ladies Clinic and see what fun it is, but it's all for a purpose and a cause, and so it's so exciting to be able to give back and help people.
Now, future plans for the foundation, some future things you guys are looking into that that maybe you got right now sitting off to the side, say, I want to eventually do this?
Right now, I know that things will come up, but we are just still feel like we're on such a good path of being able to help so many people. And so whether it's people with addictions or different groups with maybe a children's home. There's so many things. So right now we have different, our foundation, we were able to build a habitat house that will be ready this summer, and we named it after Deshaun.
Nice.
So that's really special. We were really thrilled to be able to do that. And just, projects like that, there's so many things, and right now there's not anything huge at the moment. We're just hope that these little things are making a difference.
How honored was Deshaun to see y'all?
He was real excited, and you know how much he gives back for whether it's Houston or back in Georgia, wherever. He's so great about that. But we just, we decided we had the money, and we're like, well, what does it cost to build a habitat house? And that was last year after the All-In Ball, and we're like, here you go, and it's in Pickens County, and like I said, should be done this summer. And we just called Deshaun, and we're like, hey, we don't want anything from you. We just want you to know that we named this the Deshaun Watson All-In Teen Foundation Habitat House. And he was really, really honored. Such a sweet boy, so he was excited.
That's great stuff. Kathleen, thanks so much for this one. This is our first segment with Kathleen Swinney. We've got 3 more coming your way, so stay tuned to for TCI as we keep you up to date on all Clemson sports.